how many quarterbacks would you take over Tom Brady right now? Kirk Cousins.
Sure.
Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. Week 6 is coming to a close.
It's already week 6.
It is.
Jesus
We're already
Christ.
mid-October. I'm Adam, if you remember me. Nice to see you again. We've got...
Yeah, I'm Jack.
You're Jack. Nice to meet you, Jack. How are you?
How we doing, man?
Yeah, that's great. Great. And,
That's a good guy. I'm Adam. I'm Felipe.
My name's Adam, and I like to party.
Not really.
My name's Adam, and I like to wear cargo pants and go to food and wine festivals.
Yeah, bro, what's up with the food and wine festival
was
was
fire.
fantastic.
Yeah,
No, that's
I had
fire.
so much pasta.
I'm not discriminating.
You are. You're jealous.
Sure.
How f***ed up was that, though? There were no damn cannolis. I was so mad
Well, they
about
ran
that.
out of them. We just didn't time it correctly.
They
but-
ran out of cannolis?
Yeah.
They had cannolis?
Yeah,
We didn't get them?
I told you that one section had cannolis.
we had a lot of
it was the
rosé.
place where they had the Nutella and the thing.
Not a lot of wine, though.
A lot of wine.
Many wines.
Contrary to popular
wines.
belief, I out-ate Jack.
Yeah. No, he like
Jack
kinda,
doesn't eat that much, though, actually.
he kind of kicked my ass. Yeah.
No.
Jack's actually a from what I heard. The social team, like a couple months ago, went out to Korean barbecue. And
I tapped out early. I had the meat sweats.
I heard
Meat
Jack
sweats
was
are
ate
legit.
kind of less than everybody else.
Matam was the best eater I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna.
Nah,
lie.
I heard Calvin kicked your ass.
Calvin out-ate both of us.
Oh,
easily.
he's like 5'5". Yeah, he's
like
tiny
a little man, and
yeah.
we are big fellas.
So I'm not sure about.
I mean, we both wear a 2X.
So I'm not sure about Jack anymore. You know what I mean? As
The
far as
system's
eating
rigged.
capabilities.
What were you saying
Hey,
about my
no.
cargos, though? You don't like my cargos?
I
You're
like
wearing
them, I'm just
cargo
saying.
sweats, bro.
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm comfortable, and I
are
got a ton of
cargos
pockets.
back?
Yeah, they're definitely back.
Are they? But is it cargo sweats are back, or just cargos in general?
Well, it's a multi-purpose piece of apparel. If I want to be comfortable,
apparel.
Yeah, it's apparel. I got a ton of pockets if I need to put things. You never know if I want to put a piece
dude,
of
people
gum
shit
or
on
some
cargo
keys.
pants for so long. How are they back now?
I don't know. It's what fashion trends.
I don't
to
want
be-
cargo pants to
To
be
be fair,
back.
cargo pants were never really shat on. It was like cargo shorts. Cargo pants were just never talked about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
people just
yeah.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
I think cargo shorts are still not okay. But
No, I'm
Cargo
definitely
shorts
not
is
wearing
that's
cargo
a sin.
shorts.
The pants are different though.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of trends, last week's trend was saying that the Eagles aren't, the best team in the NFL. But I am ready to say the Eagles are the best team in the NFL, coming off that win over the Cowboys. Your Cowboys. How's it going over there?
As a Cowboy fan, I said we wanted to lose this game, so everybody knows that Dak Prescott is the starter for this team.
Cooper Rush
And
looked that bad.
Cooper
Like,
Rush looked
it's
bad in the first
perfect.
half, and then I think it was the best of both worlds. I didn't want to get killed. The Cowboys looked horrible in the first half, down 20-0. I think entering halftime,
Yeah, it was
they
bad.
came back 20-17, and the Eagles scored a touchdown there to bring it up. But Dak is going to be back this upcoming week against the Lions, and the Eagles look good, like you said. I mean, we expected them to win, though. We all picked the Eagles to win,
We did.
and they won.
We did, even you as a Cowboys fan. I think for me, why I say the Eagles are the best team in the NFL is because they're so complete. They can beat you in so many different ways. And I think the biggest issue for me coming into, I guess, Sunday night's game was the fact that they haven't put together a complete win, like all across the board. And I think last night you saw them come out, right? Came out, how was it,
strong.
17-0, 20-0 at one point or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, then you let up
29.
17 unanswered. Like that's not complete.
Yes, but adversity. Welcome to the NFL. They battle adversity. They control the entire game on the ground, and you only really see it with the 49ers that they win these games off ground and pound. And the Eagles won strictly off of ground and pound against a fantastic defense.
Yeah, I was telling you guys earlier this morning, like when I watched that game, I was like, this feels like a Niner game, kind of. It's not like as gross and ugly, but it's still just like kind of a boring game. You're just running the ball down their throat all game, 5 yards at a time, 6 yards, and you win.
I will say this, so the difference between the Niners and the Eagles, ground and pound, smash mouth football, the Eagles do it in a sexy way, though. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, Dallas
Sanders is
Goddard.
not that, dude.
Miles Sanders is looking really.
looks great.
Honestly, if we were going to redo top 5 running backs, Miles Sanders is probably in that.
He might this year. Yeah.
But the Eagles just have so much. But I will say, them giving up 17 unanswered is questionable. And not only that, but in the way they did it, the Cowboys obviously adjusted at halftime. And instead of trying to make Cooper Rush throw deep and like find these deep outs, which he wasn't able to do in the first half, they're just dinking and dunking across the middle, finding these open routes, and then they're scoring. And on the defensive side of the ball, they just started blitzing the out of Jalen Hurts, and he had no answer. Mm-hmm. And that's the one stat we knew. He's horrible under pressure. When you blitz Jalen Hurts, he's really, really bad. So that worries me about the Eagles. They won the game.
It's week 6. They can that's something we can figure that out.
I mean, it goes both
But
ways.
here's the thing: is there's a
so.
lot of very, very good defenses at the top of the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Jalen Hurts. So let's say if Jalen Hurts, because you just said they're the best team in football, if they're going to play either the Patriots, nice, the Bills or the Chiefs, I don't know if I'm going to see Jalen Hurts out-dueling either of those quarterbacks, especially with the defenses.
Yeah, but we were talking about, I don't need him to out-duel them. They have the best offensive line in the NFL. So if you could consistently run the ball, it's a different game plan that the Chiefs can do and the Bills can do.
The Bills have the best scoring defense in the NFL. So it's not like, obviously, they have a great offensive line and everything, sure, but if you get pressure on Jalen Hurts, you have the secondary to make up for it, like the Bills do.
I'm not saying the Eagles, like, long-term over the season are the best team. I'm saying right now the Eagles are the best team in the NFL because they can beat you in various ways.
So can the Bills.
They're not going to run the ball. They're not going to run you down.
They can beat you with defense. They can beat you with their defense. They can beat you with the best quarterback in football.
So could the Eagles. The Eagles won a game against the Vikings strictly because of their defense. C.J. Gardner-Johnson has 2
against primetime Kirk?
It doesn't matter. I got to give credit. I'm giving credit to the Eagles defense. They look good.
The primetime wins were against Kirk Cousins and Cooper Rush.
The reason the Eagles are going to be successful this year is because they're incredibly complete. They have a good defense. They have talent around Jalen Hurts. The way they run their read option,
they're complete.
I
don't think the game against the Cowboys showed that they're any more complete than we thought they were. What it showed me is that
it didn't prove anything more to me.
We knew the Eagles had a great defense. We knew they could run the ball, and we knew they could pass off of the run.
You know what we didn't know that they could do? We didn't know that they could actually run the ball against a fantastic defense like that.
Hold up. The Cowboys' run defense is mediocre.
Yeah.
So
still a top 5 defense, no?
The Cowboys, yeah.
Okay, defense.
But the run defense isn't good. So what happens when you – and still, the run defense isn't good. And for some reason, like you said, we know the Eagles can run the ball. For some reason, they give up 17 unanswered. Why didn't you just keep running the ball down the field and scoring more points? They weren't able to do that. So if you run against a team
that comes down to halftime adjustments too at that point, right?
So if you're going against a team that actually has a run defense – and now when you have a run defense, you can stop the run and you're forcing Jalen Hurts to pass, and you know that you can blitz him and make him look not great, then I'm a little worried about what the Eagles can do. Like Patrick Mahomes, I think we've always seen stats about Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers against the blitz. They do better because you're going man-on-man against the receivers. Jalen Hurts isn't even looking at the receivers when he sees blitz coming. He's like scared for his life. I don't know if this game showed that the Eagles are crazy dominant. I will say they're probably the best team in the league right now. They're undefeated,
right now the Eagles are the best team, but we did have the Chiefs and the Bills. I mean, again, long term, I'm still gonna.
Whoever won that Chiefs-Bills game was the best. The Bills and Chiefs are in a whole different league than the Eagles are. I think if either of those teams play the Eagles right now, it's at least a 1-touchdown game, maybe 2.
Is it in Kansas City or Buffalo? Is it in Philadelphia?
It can be in Jamaica. Like, it doesn't matter. The Eagles are going to lose by 10 points to either of those teams.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know.
I don't know if I agree with that. I will give credit, though. The Chiefs' defense came out to play yesterday at home against the Bills' offense. I mean, but they're not.
And a banged-up Bills defense also came out to play too, which is pretty crazy.
And again, I think what that game showed me is that you don't at the end of the day need the best defense, but can my defense come to play when it matters most? And I think that's why we consistently keep seeing the Bills and the Chiefs deep in the playoffs.
So no one ever talks about either of those teams' defenses, but they're both pretty loaded. I feel like the Bills have had one of the best defenses in football the last 3 years or something like that.
A lot of talent.
Von Miller
makes such a difference.
He's still him, bro.
Agree or disagree? Von Miller was probably the biggest offseason addition out of any team in terms of the value that he provides for that defense.
Yeah, man, the Cowboys should have signed him.
Maybe I don't know all the offseason.
Yes, you could do the Tyreeks of the world. You can do Devontae Adams, what they bring to the team. But for what Buffalo needed,
the Bills needed a defensive playmaker.
Yeah,
and they got it in Von Miller. Not only that, but Von Miller is from DeSoto, Texas. Shout out Dallas. Shout out Dallas, baby. You already know.
Hey, I'm not mad about it. But out of what did you see the most out of the Patrick Mahomes Josh Allen duel? Are you willing to go out? I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Are you willing to say that Mahomes and Josh Allen are 2 of the most talented quarterbacks to play at the same time?
I wanted to start the conversation. I don't think it's a conversation we have yet, but I think it's a conversation. When you talk about eras of quarterbacks, you always think about at a time when you had
Brady.
When you had Steve Young and Troy Aikman, and then you have Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and then I guess Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady lasted so long. Tom Brady had a couple of those.
Yeah, you had Marino and Montana.
But I think we're getting to a time where maybe we can start, because I think Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are far and away. I don't think there's a close third, right? They're the 2 best quarterbacks. Is there a close third right now?
No.
So they're far and away. And I think when you talk about Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, it was the same thing. So I don't want to say it yet, but I think maybe get towards the end of the season and they're both leading their teams to really strong season in the AFC. Maybe it's a conversation we have.
All 3 of us really picked the Bills, and I thought that was going to come back.
That was surprising.
Come back to bite us in the ass. But not only that, your prediction is 100% going to come true.
I'm telling you, that's exactly how it's going to play out.
The Buffalo Bills beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. They're going to get home field advantage. Kansas City is going to go into Buffalo in the playoffs,
And
beat Buffalo.
Not only beat them, I think they're going to kick their ass.
I don't know about all that, and then show the rest of the NFL that Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team.
Yeah,
in the NFL.
it's going to feel almost like it's going to feel like a Brady and Manning situation where in the regular season everyone's like Peyton Manning, like he's far better. He's got to be better than Tom Brady. And then if they play in the playoffs, or you see in the playoffs, who's the guy that comes out on top every time? It's Tom Brady. That's going to be like Mahomes with Josh Allen, I think, all the time. As much as I love Josh Allen, I like the Bills. There's just something different about Patrick Mahomes.
That was a fun game.
Both teams are loaded.
You want to know what's
They're
crazy, too? Tony Romo in the first quarter was like, this is going to be a game that's going to come out to be 24-20, and the score was 24-20.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't even remember you
Tony
saying that.
Romo is the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes of the
Tony
of
Romo's
the
the
announcing right
He's
now.
a little cheesy, bro.
You don't think he's the best announcer right now?
Nah.
He's fine.
He's so good. I love him.
I'm
Romo's good. He's so
entertained.
likable.
No, Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson's the best one.
Nah, I'm going to take Tony Romo's
Over Gus
knowledge.
Johnson?
No, hold on. I'm going to take Tony Romo's knowledge, and I'm going to take Chris Collinsworth's sex jokes that he just keeps putting in there. Did you see what he said last night?
Yeah.
It's charm.
Did you see what Chris Collinsworth said last night?
No,
Dude, he's
It
like,
was
keeps
like-
just coming inside of him.
Not
like,
Dickerson. He was like,
time
yeah,
after
Dickerson.
time.
It was
It's like Leonard Dickerson just coming in your mouth.
He's
and it was
putting
just
it
like right down your throat.
Yeah, he's coming right all in his throat.
He didn't say,
like,
he didn't say come in your mouth.
Chris Collinsworth,
No,
you
he's
know
like-
what you're
he's
He's
doing.
like coming right down your throat.
right down his throat.
Which is
yeah.
funny because like that's like terminology we use like non-sexually,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the way it came out and the fact that the guy's name was Dickerson.
Dickerson.
Bro, I swear every
Like-
single Sunday night you're scrolling on Instagram, it's like pause, like hey
Yeah.
yo, and I'm like, it's every Sunday with Collinsworth now.
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Chris Collinsworth knows what he's doing at
I
this
hope so.
point. I think
that
he
guy's
does.
had sex
You
once
think
or
when he
twice.
saw,
I'm
you
sure.
think when he saw the name Dickerson, his eyes perked up. He's like, oh,
Oh
can't
my
wait to
God.
hit this
Ah,
one.
here's
That's
a
a
guy.
lob. That's a lob. I got to throw down the jam.
Collinsworth, he's a f***ing horn dog. But you mentioned Rodgers and Brady. Yeah, those two might be two of the most washed quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Well, besides Russ, obviously.
Yeah, or
All the
yeah.
quarterbacks that in the past couple of years we easily had in our top five, they're looking so suspect.
What the
Aside
f-
from
is
Mahomes
good
and
with
Josh
the
Allen.
fucking Packers and the Bucks? What is
I-
good? The Packers don't do
I'm
anything
more
right.
scared about Tom Brady and the Bucks than I am Aaron Rodgers and the Packers right
Oh
now.
yeah. Well, Tom Brady actually has talent, but the
Dude,
Packers
Tom
are
Brady,
terrible.
Tom Brady fucking basically destroyed his entire family just to lose to Mitch Trubisky, the GOAT.
he's got
Shout
demons,
out.
bro.
But like, what is he doing, dude?
We need to send a prayer to Tom Brady.
Should we
man.
do it?
There's something wrong.
I think we need to send a
'Cause-
prayer to Aaron Rodgers too. The Packers,
that guy.
Aaron Rodgers got the drugs and all
Rodgers.
that to take care of him.
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Brady, I don't know what the f- going on with him.
he's gonna need the
He's
drugs.
fighting demons, bro.
I feel legitimately bad for Tom Brady though at this point. Like, there's so much shit that's probably going on. You
I don't,
can't
bro.
like. Something's
Also,
up.
I do want
Because
to
he's
bring
always blaming everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you just go up to the press conference, into the presser, and just say, like, yo, like, this is on me. I'm the quarterback
Yeah.
of this team. I'm the leader of this team. And I got to put our team in a position to win games. And not just that, but not lose to a Steelers team that has no fucking quarterback. They put two guys out there.
You can't lose to the
mid-game.
Steelers.
No.
Dude, instead of just going to your offensive lineman, yelling at them, yelling at
I was
everybody.
saying, do you think that like conflict has to do with like the pedestal that us and like fans and media put him onto also? Because I feel like it might have to do with that a little bit.
I don't know.
It makes you
about
get a really big head, bro. Like,
Yeah, but Tom Brady's already got a huge head,
He already has a huge head.
like physically and mentally.
it's not that big of a
It's a
head.
pretty big
actually.
head.
It's long, but it's not like big.
he been
a
getting
good-looking
Botox
head.
and shit where it's like,
It's
Yeah,
he looks
yeah.
like kind of like
Well,
a
that's
skeleton
that.
a
We
little
know
bit.
it's clear he hasn't been eating with the divorce and everything. But the problem with Tom Brady is like we were talking about it. Friday night he went to Robert Kraft's wedding. He flew separately to the game. He obviously missed the offseason. Now he was going or training camp because he was
Couple
dealing with
weeks
the
of training
divorce. So
camp,
like
yeah.
it's clear that Tom Brady's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and he needs to decide which way he wants to go.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is someone that you need to hold him accountable because he's missing throws. Like, it's not the same Tom Brady that we saw last year. And now there are variables outside of the NFL that we can point to. But, man, like Brady, we were talking about Russ last week. Like, how many quarterbacks would you take over Russ? Like, I'm willing to go out on a limb and do the same thing with Tom Brady.
Let's do it.
Okay. With that being said, how many quarterbacks would you take over Tom Brady right now? How many do you
lot.
think?
I'm taking a lot. Just list them off, and I'll tell you.
I'd
yes
probably
or no.
say it's probably around 15.
Yeah, something
It might
around
be.
there.
It might be more than you think. All right.
Ooh,
Just yes or no. Simple
Yeah.
yes or no's. Josh Allen.
yeah.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Kyler Murray.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Justin Herbert.
Yes.
Yes.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Geno Smith.
Yes.
Oh, grossly. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
Sure.
It's so hard to say. Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matthew Stafford.
No.
Yes.
Matt Stafford looks like this
I don't
year.
care. He's from Dallas.
Daniel Jones.
No.
I love DJ, but no.
Oh, do it. Take it. Come on.
Trevor-
DJ is a winner, though. I'll give him that right now.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
Sure. I don't know. Maybe.
Matt Ryan.
No.
No.
Marcus Mariota.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Tua
take-
Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
No.
When he's healthy, yeah.
That's my guy. That's why I
Yeah.
love you. Who else we got? Jameis Winston.
No.
No.
Bailey Zappi.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Yes.
Cooper Rush.
No.
Nah.
Dakota Prescott.
Yes.
Yes. Easy.
Justin Fields.
No.
No.
Carson
No,
Wentz.
No.
No.
All right. So how many? It was like 18?
That was 17.
Jesus.
17. So you're telling me there are 17 quarterbacks that are better than Tom Brady right
I
now?
guess.
A couple of those
I
are
guess.
So
questionable.
sad. It's so
What about Derek Carr?
Derek Carr?
Sure. 18.
Probably. F me, bro.
Russ?
Did I miss
You didn't
anyone?
say Russ.
Sounds blasphemous.
I don't want.
Huh?
Do you want me to say Russell Wilson?
Nah,
I'm not taking him,
Russell.
but I know
right
he
now.
might.
I mean,
No, I'm not
Whatever.
taking
Whatever.
Russell
That's a
over
lot of quarterbacks.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is, besides us overreacting to everything, is that Tom Brady is washed. I mean, out of the two
I'm
most
not-
washed
I can't say
quarterbacks in Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, in terms of where we were putting them, let's clarify in terms of like the ceiling. Who is more? Who's in the washing machine? Like,
Oh,
the
Tom.
most?
Tom.
I'm gonna go Aaron, bro.
I'm gonna say Aaron too. I want to bring it back to Aaron. The Packers look bad. They can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. Their special teams is better, but ass. Their offensive line is terrible. Their pass defense is
Yeah.
bad. Like, there's not a single thing that the Packers do well right now. And not only that, Aaron Rodgers just looks disinterested.
And the reason I say Aaron too is he's coming off back-to-back MVPs.
That's fair.
Tom Brady's 45. So,
But
I know
Tom
we
Brady also
never-
led the league in like yards and touchdowns last
Yeah,
year.
facts.
and,
I also
like,
just don't think it's fair to make this argument like, oh, he doesn't have any wide receivers. Like, you still have people there, and
Yeah.
you have two good running backs.
If you're the best quarterback in football, you make any receiver good.
Exactly.
yes,
Exactly.
Tom
not
Brady
doing
for
it.
how many years did it with not much talent?
Yeah.
So for Aaron Rodgers,
if Wes Welker's on the fucking Jaguars his whole career, who is he? You know,
What is Patrick Mahomes doing right now? He's making these nobody receivers look awesome by distributing the ball.
Juju
everywhere.
looks like Juju when he
Juju
was
looks
back
good,
in
yeah.
the baby
Juju
that
looks
year.
yeah, but
like,
that's
MVS.
Juju has always been that. People
You
just
just like
forgot.
Juju. You just
Yeah,
like
he's
Juju.
a better
Relax.
receiver than what you saw that in Pittsburgh. He
Nah,
had Ben
you're right.
Roethlisberger.
Okay.
He's playing with Patrick Mahomes. I just think for me, like when I look at the Packers, Aaron Rodgers just looks disinterested. He doesn't even look like he wants to play. And if you're like a rookie wide receiver, I'm looking at it like, why do I even want? Like, don't get me wrong, I want to play with Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the best quarterbacks.
No, I don't
you.
want to play with Aaron Rodgers. Why the hell would you want to play with Aaron Rodgers? That arrogant ass prick. He sucked. I just don't like him as a person.
He looks like a better teammate than Tom Brady right now.
They both look like bad teammates. I never said I was pro Tom Brady.
You want to know what's
but
crazy that I saw? The Packers scored 10 points or less for the first time in the last 4,305 days. That's the first time
What's that, like 12, 13
since
years?
2011.
It's got to be like, what,
Yeah,
13
it's-
some years?
So
2011?
a lot.
11 years?
2022, 11.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Math, quick math.
I'm not a big math
Jesus,
guy.
like
That's crazy.
it's their average. They have 107 points in 6 games this season. They're averaging 17.8 points per game. That's their fewest in any 6-game span with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback.
Yeah.
And like
Damn.
this notion that it's Devontae Adams leaving's fault. If anything,
it's
it's
a
a
lot.
horrible take because that makes you look like Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe-
You needed Devontae Adams
Is it,
all
maybe
these years.
is it on Matt LaFleur? Because like now that Nathaniel
Yeah.
Hackett's gone too, like
I'm not ready to point the finger at Matt LaFleur. I point the finger like yes,
I
coaching.
never
The
thought
whole
Matt
entire
LaFleur
team
was
looks
that
bad.
great of a coach to start with. So that's just like me personally.
Is that the
but-
Shanahan coaching tree?
Yeah, it's Kyle. Not Kyle. The what's the is that other Shanahan?
The old.
Mike Shanahan. Mike
Mike.
Shanahan. Coach
I just think Aaron Rodgers is playing the worst football of his entire career,
He is.
and I hate that we have to like say he doesn't have any talent because at
He
the
has
end of the day,
talent.
like you got on one side of the
his
coin.
team's around him.
I'm just gonna give an
Yeah.
example. On one side of the coin, you got like guys
yeah.
who say like Tua is bad, and then you give talent, right, and then you see them actually perform, and then you look at Aaron Rodgers who like had Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
not many other pieces, but Devontae Adams is leaps and bounds
He's
amongst.
top 3 receiver.
Yeah.
football,
If anything, he was top 1 for so many years.
Yeah.
So I just hate this notion that it's like, oh, he doesn't have any.
He still has
fucking
talent
pieces.
though.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones,
A.J. Dillon?
AJ Dillon at running back. Obviously, those aren't receivers, but Dobbs is good as you talk about. Lazard is still.
Lazard looked
and he's
good.
been in the system for a
Lazard
few
looked
years.
actually really good yesterday.
So who deserves the most blame in Green Bay right now?
Man, I mean,
Aaron Rodgers' ego?
I,
Like I don't know. I
Like
just,
low key, Aaron Rodgers' ego.
I think it's 50-50 LaFleur and Rodgers, because this has
Yeah.
got to fall on the head coach as well.
at some point it has to. yeah.
And Rodgers got to play better. I mean, he's
If you
playing
can't
horrible
scheme
right
up
now.
well for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, what the are you doing? Like,
yeah.
Rodgers, with as much talent as he has, you got to put more than 10 points against the Jets.
Hey.
As painful as this is for me to say, I gotta give them flowers.
up the
bro.
Jets.
Yeah,
up
the Jets look good. The Jets look
I
good.
gotta guess that was their best win.
That defense looked awesome.
We kept saying, watch them play a real quarterback, and they not only played a real quarterback, but they dismantled this real
Five,
quarterback.
6 times?
A fuck ton.
Ridiculous.
Outscored them in the fourth. Special teams, they dominated. The Jets are really good right now. However, still, it's clearly an indictment on the Packers being a really, really bad team, in my opinion. Worse than what we thought. The offensive line is bad. Their Quinnen Williams is going crazy. Sauce Gardner is legit.
He's
But
so
you know
good.
what it is too? Is that whole team has been bought in and they built the team around a certain mindset.
Yeah.
It's like the Robert Saleh mindset. Saleh, whatever, a salad
some shit.
mindset. Where basically it's like you have to be bought in, you have to be a dog, you have to work for everything. You're not better than anyone else on this team.
Facts.
There's something about that team that they got that dog in them. Very it's corny of me to say, but
true.
every single one on that team has that mindset.
It's also a bunch of young guys. I love
They're
what's
so young.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of young guys buying in, and Sauce Gardner said after the game, he was like, "We've been hanging out outside of
Yeah,
off
we're
the
playing
field."
video games.
It's very clear Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
isn't hanging out with any of those
Yeah,
rookie
facts.
wide
Hell
receivers.
no.
He's not inviting them over and trying to make them some dinner or anything.
No.
And props to the Jets. They're winning with Zach Wilson playing.
Like
bad.
that's why
I would say Zach
They
Wilson
have
is
no
not the
passing
reason
game.
they're winning.
I think they would be
Yeah.
better with Joe Flacco right now. Not that Joe Flacco's better than Zach. Right now, he is better than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's potential is great, but he's not doing anything. Zach Wilson's bad
Yeah.
right now.
That's why I think I got to give the Jets the flowers that they deserve, is because they're winning these games without Zach Wilson doing anything. Now Zach doesn't Zach doesn't look good at all, right?
No, not at all.
But the defense looks good. We underestimate the power of special teams, but special teams is fucking dominating.
Their run game. Their run game.
Run game,
Brees
Brees
Hall is legit.
and
Oh
that's
my
crazy because
Lord.
Michael Carter's good too, and Brees Hall is
Yeah.
just dominating.
I
that
thought it was
matchup.
crazy when I saw him
was so good.
when they drafted Brees Hall. I was like, wait, but Michael Carter was a
had a
rookie
great
last
year.
year and he was awesome.
Yeah, he's had
What?
yeah.
It's
they
definitely
know what they're doing.
I disagree with that only because you didn't need to. Brees Hall was one of those sexy picks. There are other guys there. You drafted Jermaine Johnson, who hasn't been great, but at the same time, I gotta give them their flowers. I love what Robert Saleh said. He was like, they asked him what'd you say at halftime, and he was just like, I told the team, let's keep taking them down to the deep end and show them that they don't know how to swim, or something along those lines.
They have that we're gonna f you up any single way that we possibly
It's a
can.
mindset.
Saleh's cool too.
All right, but
he's
dope.
so cool.
off of that, the Giants won also. So
Big win for New York.
who are you more surprised about, the New York Giants or the New York Jets?
Giants. I'm way more surprised about the Giants.
Yeah, I'm more
being this
surprised
good.
about the Giants. The Jets we knew had talent, and it was just a matter of putting it together.
Yeah.
So I'm more surprised about the Giants, although I do think the Jets are better.
Yo, I got this stat I gotta pull out for a sec. Daniel Jones, I'm a big Danny Dimes guy.
That's your guy.
He's looked f***ing awesome this year. And it's not only this year; it's the end of last year and
Define.
everything too.
Can we just clarify awesome?
He looks Cooper Rush good.
He's better than Tom Brady.
Oh,
I think he looks
Maybe.
better than Cooper
All right, but
Rush.
here,
I wouldn't say that.
Let me pull up this stat real quick. So the best quarterback win percentage since Week 12 last year. Jalen Hurts is first. Daniel Jones 2, then Tua, then Mahomes, then Allen.
Wow.
All I'm saying, it's not saying he's better than Mahomes or Allen or anything like that, but he's finding ways to win, and this Giants team finds ugly, different ways to win every single week. I don't give a shit that it's disgusting how they do it. They figure out a way. The
That's
defense is good, too, weirdly.
The
They
defense
have
is
no
good and the
names.
coaches-
That's
good.
why I'm the most impressed
Like-
with the Giants. For me, you beat the Ravens, you beat the Packers. Clearly, the Packers aren't that good, but you have no wide receivers outside of.
You got David Sills.
You got f***ing Wandale, who
Yes.
finally played, who had
and you got
13 snaps.
Who's the other? There's a
Bellinger is
Darius,
a superstar
Darius
now.
Slayton.
Richie
Slayton.
James.
Galladay is not even playing.
Galladay doesn't
Shepard's
touch
f***ing out with a torn ACL. You're finally seeing what coaching actually is going to do for a f***ing player.
Brian Dable is awesome.
Which is
man.
why let's make sure that LaFleur is a big problem in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing.
Okay, so then going back to Green Bay, who are you more disappointed in? Tom Brady and the Bucs or Aaron Rodgers and the Packers?
And Rodgers and the Packers.
Okay.
I don't know. It's equal for me. It's equal.
They're both disappointing.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
I still think the Packers are a more competitive team than the Bucs are right now.
Maybe they're both still so loaded with talent. Something in me still thinks that they're going to figure it out. Both of those teams are going to figure it out and maybe even get the wild card and win the division. I mean, the NFC South sucks, and the NFC North isn't that good either. So I don't know.
Sorry, on one end we got the Packers and the Bucs being the most disappointing teams in the NFL, and then you got two of the most surprising teams in the Giants and the Jets. Out of the Giants and the Jets, who are the best? Or let me rephrase it: out of the Giants and the Jets, who's the better team?
I go
Long
Jets.
term.
Yeah, for the rest of this season, I'm gonna go with the Giants. Saquon's a much more established runner. I think Daniel Jones is a much better quarterback than Zach Wilson is.
That's where I flip it.
I like the offensive coaching with Dable there. I think the defense underrated. I really like Robert Saleh as a coach and like their mindset they bought in with the Jets, but there's something about just having more experience, I guess, with the Giants that I like more.
Bro, the Giants defense just went back-to-back weeks with making stops.
Facts.
Against Lamar
on
and
Aaron Rodgers and Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
And they won the game because of it. They won the game before.
Up until the Cowboys game. They have a realistic chance to win all these games.
What do they got?
Yeah,
What's
what's
the
the
schedule?
schedule? The schedule is the Jaguars, the Seahawks, the Texans, and the Lions.
You could very well go. So
They're
wait,
gonna-
is that the
it's
next
probably-
4 games?
That's the next
You
so
can win
they
the next 4.
They could be 9-1.
So you're telling me, all right, just for everyone.
You know,
that
after
might-
these last two games, though, they're going to lose to the Jaguars.
that
right?
might
Like,
Probably.
They could.
for
They're
those
underdogs.
that,
They're
for
underdogs
those that
against
probably
Jacksonville next
didn't
week.
hear producer Ben, the Giants are 5-1 right now, and could very well be over the next 4 weeks
9-1.
9-1.
Yeah.
Who they play? They play the Texans, the Lions, the Jaguars, and the
Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna probably lose one of those games,
Geno
if not
Smith.
Maybe a
two.
couple, yeah.
Where's the Seahawks game? Is it at Seattle?
The Seahawks game is in Seattle.
You're losing that
Yeah,
one.
you're losing that one. That's tough.
Weirdly, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, sneaky good matchup now.
That's kind of
I
funny.
know. I love that.
Sneaky good quarterback.
I kinda
matchup.
wanna
Talk about
rate-
surprising quarterbacks.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
was
lot
gonna
of
say,
them.
I kind of wanted to rate mid quarterbacks that are in the elite category right now, or should we save that for?
Well,
another
they're not
day?
elite
I
right now.
think
Well,
we
no,
could
no,
just,
just-
we could
just-
just talk through them.
Just like playing like in that upper echelon. Like if we put Tom Brady at 17
No.
or 16.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones,
Daniel Jones. Like,
Marcus Mariota,
Yeah.
Oh, Mariota looks good.
yeah, Mariota looks really good. He had one.
Geno Smith, obviously.
Yeah. I was say Mariota
Geno.
had one incompletion all game yesterday.
If
Cooper
I look-
Rush for a while, but not after
Cooper
yesterday.
Rush.
Yeah, no.
If I look at a list of like mid quarterbacks that are performing at an above
Ooh, wait,
average
here's a-
elite type of
Here's
level,
a good one. Start bench trade. Mariota, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones.
I'm starting Geno, and I'm trading Daniel Jones for the value.
Okay. But you think he's the second
like
best.
a sell high, like a
Yeah,
sell.
he's I think he's better than Mariota, but I
Yeah.
like Mariota's. I think Mariota's more dynamic. Like,
Yeah.
I can do more with Mariota than I can do with Daniel.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to start.
They're all
I'm
kind
gonna
of
start Geno.
similar.
I'm gonna start
They're all
Geno.
kind of similar
are.
quarterbacks too, like a little bit like athletic, running
Yeah.
I
a
actually
bit.
want to bench DJ though, because I want to see what he does with like some real wide receivers.
You're gonna put him in a wildcat, maybe?
yeah,
only,
like
run
little read
situations?
option. I kind of want to see him little pull back. You know,
got
Line up Daniel Jones like you line up Saquon in the wild.
like I just want to put DJ in a position
So
to do
quarterback? What?
like. What'd you say? What'd you say?
He
back
said
there?
line up Daniel Jones like Saquon at running
He
back.
said in the run situation.
I kind of just want to put DJ in a situation to like hit a gritty like Mike Gesicki.
I don't know if he can do that.
Yo, no way DJ's gritty's as good as Mike Gesicki's.
All I'm saying, I know DJ knows how to gritty. I have.
Oh, you've seen it.
I have seen it, so I know he can do it.
But back to the question though, as far as who's gonna be a better team or who is a better team?
What Jets and
Jets or Giants? Is that who's gonna be a better team?
Yeah.
I'll say Jets because I think they have more talent. Who am I more afraid of facing today? The Giants. But I think the Jets are better because of exactly what you said. Daniel Jones is way better than Zach Wilson right now, but Zach Wilson has the potential to be way better than Daniel Jones. So I think we're seeing the Giants at their cap, at their ceiling.
Yeah,
The Jets we're
this
not
is-
seeing at their ceiling.
In this current roster.
The Jets
Yeah.
also.
I would say the Giants to really see like to be a contender, they need to somehow get wide receivers.
Yeah, they need to be
Like,
a lot better.
sign
Daniel
OBJ.
Jones needs to be better as well, right? He's got to.
He hasn't
Daniel
turned
Jones,
the ball over though.
No, he's
not-
playing good. He's
yeah,
playing
been
well.
Very protected with the ball.
But Zach Wilson has top 10 quarterback potential. Daniel Jones doesn't have that. So
I want to see what he can do with receivers though. But
Let's-
I guess
Yeah.
with this team how it's constructed right now, no.
I
he
mean,
doesn't.
because again, you saw it on like Monday night when they played the Cowboys that one night, and Sterling Shepard was dropping. Like you had so many guys dropping balls. I'm just curious. Like, look, hypothetically speaking, of course, if you put like a Tyreek with Daniel Jones, I'm
it'd
just
be interesting.
curious to see how inflated those numbers can get.
That'd be
Because
better.
DJ's making
That'd be
Teddy
better. He'd
Bridgewater
play
look
better.
good. I mean,
Daniel-
Tyreek's making Teddy Bridgewater look good. Tyreek's gonna make any quarterback look
here's
good.
my thing. If Daniel Jones has a game-changing wide receiver like a Tyreek or something like that, he's a fringe top 10 quarterback. He's got the
can't say that,
intangibles, bro.
No, that's the thing. He doesn't have is the intangibles.
He does. He has a rocket arm. He doesn't turn the ball over that much anymore. He used to. He's a very protective quarterback right now. He makes good decisions. He doesn't have anyone to throw to right now.
He's a little goofy, for sure. There's not, like, when he's moving and the way he throws is just not as fluid as when you're looking at, like, a Rodgers, Mahomes. Like, those
Yeah,
guys
I'm not saying he's
just
on that
do
level.
it. I'm just saying, like, those are top 10 guys, you know? Like,
Those are
I
top
think,
two guys. But, like,
Of course.
you think of, like,
Yeah, but he's
top
not close
10.
to. He's not close
But
to
even
Burrow,
like
Herbert,
even
Lamar.
like
He's
a
not close to
Kyler
any of those.
Murray, you know? Like,
Yeah.
those guys just move so much smoother and it comes so easily for them.
Yeah,
for him,
I get it.
It's like I compare it to like Mitchell Robinson in the NBA of like he's good, he can like do the job of like his position, but he's clunky and he's a little awkward and just like doesn't move so naturally. So,
That's what people feel about Tua though, just because he's lefty.
Yeah, the left.
Like-
Yeah, but Tua's still more
but
dynamic.
lefties are
though.
elite.
Yeah. God, I need Tua back, bro. The Dolphins suck without Tua.
Adam, you never answered the question. Who's better, the Jets or
who's
the
better?
Giants?
I'm gonna say the Giants because I just think like that was the first impressive win for the Jets, but at the same time, Zach Wilson isn't playing too well, and I just think like again, clearly there's ebbs and flows in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins start 3-0, they lose three straight games. The Jets started what 0-2. And
I think so.
Or like something like
Yeah. I
that,
think
and
so.
they roll off at least 3 straight wins or 4 straight wins. So I think it's a marathon. It goes up and down. With the Giants, what you're seeing is like gritty ass wins. Like beating the Ravens, we've consistently said the Ravens are a team that's going to contend. Like I can go on a full on rant about how we
also
get
need to
Lamar
talk
help.
about the Ravens, yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm
we won't do
happy to
that
talk
today.
about the Ravens, but I'm very impressed with what's happening in New York in general.
There's something to be said about just like finding a way to win every week. Like it doesn't matter how you do it every week; it's different, but you find a way.
But
That's how Brian Dable's coaching them. I love it. Like,
But I will say, so like, yeah, again, I say Giants. I just think you're seeing the talent of Saquon. DJ is playing well. They bought into Brian Dable. Defense is playing out of their fucking mind.
Kayvon Thibodeau's him. He's a dude.
I just got to give a lot of credit to the Giants. But you said like they're finding ways to win. A team that's finding ways to win are the Vikings, and the Vikings are the biggest fraud
Yeah,
when it
that's a
comes
good
to a
point.
one-loss
Yeah.
team. They haven't beat. Again, you want to beat the Miami fucking Dolphins?
Which 5-1 team out of the Vikings and Giants are you more sold on then at this point?
I'm sold on the
Again,
Vikings.
I'm gonna
more
go
sold.
talent. I'm gonna lean on. I'm
Yeah.
always gonna lean on talent, and I do think that Kirk is better than Daniel
It-
Jones still.
It's funny though how like because like I agree. I think the Vikings are definitely a more complete, better team than the Giants. But the narrative surrounding the two couldn't be more opposite,
Yeah, it's
right?
hilarious.
Because everyone's like the Vikings are such a fraud 5-1 team, bro. Like how the hell are they first place in the NFC North like 5-1 what? And then the Giants are like, yo, wait, this Giants team 5-1. They might have a little something. Like it's
They
so
get
funny
wins,
how
yeah.
like just because the narratives are flipped at the beginning of the
It's
season.
also the
Now it's flipped
expectations.
already.
We
Yeah,
had
the
expectations for
expectations.
the Vikings
Yeah.
because the Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
and
expectations are everything.
People had Kirk Cousins winning MVP this year.
Who the had that?
I don't know. It was a weird week. Like I think I saw like 5 underdogs all won like yesterday.
Yeah, none of us had good real
it
records
was
in
a-
our
it was
prediction.
a-
I think you're
Mine
leading
was
the
pretty
way.
good
though.
actually. I mean, I had a
Actually,
winning
no,
record.
you're only
Hey,
one game ahead of me. So.
Ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows. But let's move into a new thing that we're going to introduce, right?
Yeah.
For those that are listening, for those that are watching, this is we're going to address some comments. Riff Raff SJ said this podcast is
Riff Raff, shout out Texas. Go ahead.
That man's the ugliest man in the world. He looks like an avatar. This podcast is so trash, no basis for anything. Names Trubisky as the starting quarterback, calls Wentz the worst quarterback in the league when he's performing as easily a top 10 quarterback right now. Right now, wow, it's a mouthful. Just delete your show.
Well, here's what I'll say is that
Just delete-
Felipe,
just delete it.
Felipe doesn't speak for all of us when he says Carson Wentz is the worst starting quarterback.
And Jack
in
doesn't
football.
speak for all of us when he says Mitch Trubisky's the best quarterback in the league. Okay.
True.
No, I say he's the best of all time. There's a difference.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that
look, we
was-
tried to delete the show last week. For some reason, the platform wasn't working.
You know, it was.
Yeah,
So
I
we
don't
just
know.
keep
was
it going because we don't know how to,
We have to keep recording.
we don't know how to delete this.
can't turn it off.
bro.
We don't want to do this, but we have to.
We have to. I don't know how to
Oh,
delete it.
man.
I'm gonna keep trying.
The
Hopefully, it
podcast,
works for
yeah,
you.
it's trash. No, it's trash. Someone called My Love for Washington said, "You're both uneducated children." Now, "you're both" is like 2 people usually, right?
Well,
so it
so
could
maybe
be
they're
us two.
uneducated. Maybe
No,
they think
it's
both is 3.
probably because I am
it's them. I don't know.
I'm decidedly dumb. All right, I had a 2.7 in high school, 2.8 in college. Decidedly not smart.
You
so
got better though. Improve.
he's
That's like
just-
Daniel Jones.
Exactly. See,
Year after year, you
that's
get
why
better.
that's my boy. That's why that's my dog. Like,
Yeah, you relate. You could relate. Yeah, I like that. That was a good
The
one.
Daniel Jones of
Both-
education.
That was a
Yeah.
good
there's
comment.
something to be said about street smarts, though. You know.
Nah, this was my favorite
Don't got
comment from
those
the.
either.
This was my favorite comment from the entire week. S.STIC stick said,
Stick.
"Damn, y'all on that Jim Irsay Pat McAfee powder too."
No.
Shout out Pat.
nope.
Shout out Jim.
Hey man, if we could get Pat a little collab there with the McAfee
Yeah.
show,
No.
that'd be
No
kinda
comment on the powder.
Yeah, but what type of? There's so many different types of powders.
I think I know what he's talking about. If he's talking about Pat McAfee being on a powder.
He's a baker. He loves flour. He
Yes,
makes lots
obviously.
of
That's
pastries.
it. Definitely not
I
a
do
narcotic.
love
Either that, or he's
So
talking about like the
I love
Gatorade
pastries.
powder that you put in the water. And
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
You know what
the
I mean?
Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid.
That's a
yeah.
good powder,
It's a good
yeah.
powder. Real sweet. Real sweet.
Glacier free. Glacier free.
Laser freeze.
Oh, that was a good one. We got another. I don't know who they were talking about. My guess is that they're talking about Felipe here, but Mike Danger 2 said, bro, look like a Laffy Taffy. You are kind of built like a Laffy
Bro,
Taffy.
I
first
feel
off,
like you look like more
You
like a
think I look
Laffy
like a
Taffy.
Laffy? I'm sweet like a Laffy Taffy.
damn, so why you trying to deflect, bro? First off, I don't know what a Laffy Taffy looks like. I never had a Laffy Taffy. I
What?
just remember the song.
Oh,
So
That
yeah,
makes
Laffy
sense.
Taffy.
You have, like, your,
I never had
the
a
shape you're in.
No, I like. Bro, I don't.
You definitely had like at the
You've
bottom
never
of your
seen a Laffy Taffy?
bro, like at the bottom of like your
They are hard
Halloween
to-
bag as a
Yo,
kid. You
this
didn't
is
have
gonna-
like the
this is about
banana
to go
Laffy
viral.
Taffy?
People are gonna be like, "Yo, Felipe never seen a Laffy Taffy?"
Bro, I love
Shouts
like.
out Texas. They
Jolly
don't, they don't get
Ranchers,
out much. in
Airheads.
The
Texas.
only
Shit.
time I've had a Laffy Taffy is like when you're like a kid and you're trick or treating. At the end of the bag, right? It's almond joys and Laffy Taffies, and you got to pick one.
Ain't nobody eating almond joys.
I'd rather have
Yeah.
almond joy, but sometimes you're like, oh, I'll pick the Laffy Taffy. But that's
Laffy
like
Taffies
about
are
it.
so hard to digest too and chew. It's like a jaw workout. It's like,
It's like, you know what they remind me of? It's like a shittier Airhead.
yeah.
Airheads
Airheads
are
were
so
the
good.
shit.
Wrong.
You could-
Wrong.
You think
Wrong.
Laffy Taffies
I
are
think
better
Laffy
than-
Taffies are 10 times better.
But Airheads?
Way better.
Nah, it's
No,
not.
All right,
I think
on
the
three,
consist-
Something
on
about
three.
being that tall and that
The
elevation.
I'm telling you, bro,
like,
New York
That could be
area.
it.
I might just be a New York thing. Texas is a different country.
True.
I'm telling you, Laffy
Proceed.
Taffy dominates the Airhead around here.
No.
I'm telling you.
that's just
No. Laffy
None of
Taffy-
you are from here. I'm telling you.
Now
Look,
the Airhead like rainbow.
What do you think? Do you
string
think they were?
things?
you-
Those
you
are
think-
fire.
Yo, let us. You call it out to the
You think,
camera.
all right, is it a laugh? All right.
What's better? What's
Yeah.
better?
What's better? Laffy Taffies or Airheads? I'm gonna say Airheads.
Airheads.
Airhead.
No,
Easy.
no, wrong.
Bro,
All right.
Yo,
you
the
don't-
blue raspberry Airhead? Oh my
Yeah, that's
lord.
good. And it
Bro,
makes your tongue
green
blue and
apple.
shit. You look kind of
The
cool.
watermelon?
Yo. Green apple Laffy Taffy wins.
right.
No.
No.
Easily.
The
What's the next
variety of
comment?
flavor on the Airhead. God damn.
The
Someone
white
said.
one? The mystery Airhead?
Oh yeah. What
Oh, the
flavor?
mystery one.
It kind of comes. The white one
Yeah.
kind of comes out like blue raspberry, though. I feel like.
It tastes good regardless.
All right, Cindy Mont, 1964.
Cindy.
We got a
So I
woman
think
fan?
Cindy was probably born in 1964 because she put the 1964 in her name. You know, that's
Yeah,
usually
right,
what
right,
happens.
yeah.
But she had a good comment. She said Russell hasn't been good since he hooked up with Sierra.
Yo, Russell has been better
just like
since
he-
he was Sierra.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
I don't care about how he's been on the football field. His life's been significantly better
Yeah.
since he hooked up with Sierra.
All right, whatever. We're gonna move on from that one. Darren Gardell said, "I've watched every single second of Russ's NFL career. He's been overrated for over a decade. Bro, what are you doing? Watching him for every second? I'm sorry.
I don't hate that take though. I don't hate his take.
I
You're
do.
just a Niner fan that never won.
I
Super Bowl
Russ.
while
I
you
just
were
don't like
watching.
Russ. Don't like Russ.
Yeah, well, Russ led the Seahawks to a Super Bowl.
No,
I
he
don't
didn't.
think
Their
he-
defense led him to a Super Bowl.
Nah, Russ was very much so one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
They scored a lot in the Super Bowl,
God
but to get to the Super Bowl,
bless
it was
that
the
dude's
defense.
time. If you watched every second of Russ's
Yeah,
life,
why are you watching
Yeah,
so
that's
much
sad,
of one
bro.
guy, bro?
doing?
Is he watching him at NC State too? Is he watching like NC State baseball with Russell Wilson? Is he spring training with the Rangers?
Watched him
Like,
transfer to Wisconsin. And he was like in the portal himself.
Oh my God, poor guy. The King 33. I don't even know if this is kosher to say, but damn, even white guys are calling him corny. That must sting.
oh, I'm corny as I look corny.
Russ, I like you, man.
Yeah.
I like you, Russ.
The last comment that I thought was probably the best was someone said Felipe's really built like a Tamagotchi pet.
Yo,
And
yo.
I'm pretty sure the person who said that was you.
Yo, cue the side by side on the TikTok.
yeah, but here's my thing. I don't really know Tamagotchi. I know Webkins. I'm a Webkins guy.
Webkins.
That's my thing. It's like I knew Webkins. I knew Club Penguin.
Yeah,
If you were to say, yo,
yeah.
you look like that a Club Penguin, I'd be like, I bet.
That'd be kind of rude.
I am
actually.
wearing the black today.
I probably look more like a club penguin. Got a little something here, you know.
Can I do one more? This is a pretty good
Yeah,
comment.
One more.
All right. The Abraham Maya said, imagine being a host of a mediocre at best podcast, calling a pro NFL player corny or washed. Hey, shout out for us being mediocre. Yeah.
We're working our way up, baby.
Hey, if we're mediocre, sky's the
When we're talking about mid quarterbacks, we're in that list as a podcast.
Yeah,
for
bro.
sure. Actually,
thought
we're worse
we
than
were-
that. But hey,
I-
mediocre,
that's what I was
we'll
going to
take
say. I
it.
thought we were in the washed category with
washed,
like Brady and Rodgers. But hey, shout out to us.
That's good.
Mediocre
Take
at
it.
best.
That's good.
Hey, all right. Your
Respect.
mother's ace. Yeah, so we'll see you next time, right?
Come back Wednesday for a college football segment.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Factor
Wednesday,
Cap.
we'll be
Factor
doing some
Cap.
Factor Caps.
Some
college
fun
football.
little, some kind of rankings of sort.
Yeah, I think
Not
we're going to.
sure yet,
I
but-
want to rank elite quarterbacks who are now mid.
Ooh,
Or
yeah.
watch.
We can rank a lot of. There's a lot of things we can rank.
There's a
figure
lot.
it out.
Rank
Yeah.
Halloween candies.
As a quick reminder,
That's actually. Yo,
oh, we got to
Halloween
dress up.
spooky
As
season.
a quick reminder, if you are listening or watching, join our Discord. It's in the link in most of our things. If you're listening, it's probably in the bio somewhere. If you're watching, it's probably in the bio somewhere. Join our Discord. Debate with us. Talk some shit.
Please talk shit.
It's fun.
Goodbye. Who do you think's the best team in the NFL? Let us know in the comments. If you're looking for any merch, go to thegameday.shop. You're going to find everything. We're trying to be creative here. We'll see you next time.